Hello everyone and welcome back to another Here in Life. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. Don't forget that we post every Monday and every Thursday now, so always stay tuned, and if you haven't subscribed already, please do so and press that bell notification. So in today's video we're going to be talking about hair treatment. Specifically, we're going to be talking about aloe vera, rice water, and grease. Now if you want to know more about that and what is the best to use on your hair, stay tuned. Welcome again. So it's been a while since we did a hair video, educational video talking about hair. So this is what we are doing today. So as I said in the beginning, we are going to be talking about aloe vera, rice water, and grease. And yes, grease is a treatment. Okay, so let's get right into it. So before you do any treatment on your hair whatsoever, please know your porosity. Your porosity is very important in any product that you are going to be using on your hair. I did a video before already on know your porosity. It's going to be linked either in the cards or in the description bar below, so check it out and then come back. Okay, so once you know your hair porosity, let's get started. Okay, if you have high porosity, you know your cuticle is constantly open, so you constantly have to feed your hair. If you have low porosity, you know your cuticle is always shut closed, so you will have to open it in order to impact whatever nutrients your hair need at the moment. If you have medium porosity, that means your hair is just okay, it's just good. It's opening at the right time, closing at the right time, intaking and keeping in moisture in your hair. Okay, so let's start. If you have low porosity, products with protein in it will not be good for you. This will not be a good treatment unless you need that treatment, and you have to know that your hair need it in order to impact it into your hair. Otherwise than that, you will just be damaging your hair. If you have low porosity and you're using a lot of protein products or protein treatments, your hair is going to start to break. It's going to get dry and then it's going to start to break. So you want to make sure you know what your hair need when it needs it. Okay, so when it comes to high porosity, your cuticle is constantly open, so that means you always have to keep feeding it. So yes, you need a protein treatment for high porosity, not for low porosity sometimes, but for high porosity, yes. Okay, medium porosity, you are not overloading or underloading your hair. Just make sure you're adding enough moisturizer and treatment in your hair at the right time, because you could have normal porosity, which is medium porosity, and your hair go from normal to high to low if you are doing the wrong set of things. Okay, so now that we covered that, let's get into the treatment. So we know we was going to be talking about aloe vera, rice water, and grease. Okay, I'm going to start with grease. Yes, hair grease is a treatment. It is a treatment that is not meant for your scalp but for the shaft of your hair. If you want to retain length, you need to use the grease only in your hair shaft, not in your hair scalp. Okay, it's a hair grease that is high in protein and you have low porosity. It's not going to be effective on your hair the way it will be on if you have high porosity or medium porosity. So if you have low porosity, know what products you are putting on your hair. Okay, so we are still talking about hair grease, and if you have high porosity, make sure you are using a good moisturizing grease if is that what you choose to use. If you are using hair lotion or any other moisturizer for your hair, go right ahead. You could go ahead and use a protein base. Now let's move on to aloe vera. What is aloe vera? Aloe vera is this is this beautiful super plant right here that is very beneficial to your hair and also to your body. And in some videos that I created before, the link for them will be on top here or in the description bar. I always telling you to take care of your hair. In order to start to do that, you have to intake nutritious food that will help your hair grow, and aloe vera is one of them. Eating it is amazing. Using it as a treatment, very beneficial. If you have high porosity, of course, you know you always have to keep adding in that protein because your hair keep letting it out because your cuticle is always open. So using the aloe vera on your hair helps keep it moisturized and nice and smooth. And if you have low porosity, again, it will make your hair dry and brittle because it's not receiving it inside of the cuticle. So in order to do that, at least maybe if you're using aloe vera, at least maybe once a month, be sure that you know your porosity. If you are low porosity, this is for low porosity. At least once a month, do a aloe treatment if you choose to, with a cap over your head. You don't have to go under a hoodie dryer if you don't want to. You could just have a cap over your head and do your stuff throughout the day and treat your hair, okay? But you don't need it very regular because once you do a heated treatment with any protein, your cuticle will keep it in. It will not come out like high porosity. Your cuticle will keep it in, so you don't need to do it as regular as somebody with high porosity. I hope you get what I'm saying. Okay, so now let's talk about rice water. Rice water. Rice water. Let's talk about this. I know a lot of people want to use rice water, but again, it comes back to your porosity. Rice water is a protein treatment. It's a protein treatment. And the same thing I just said for aloe vera goes for rice water if you have low porosity. I keep saying low porosity because this is the hair that is being damaged the most by products because it's low porosity, the cuticle is closed, and most time people already understand what is going on with the hair because the cuticle is shut closed. So that's why I keep referring to low porosity. Now high porosity, we already know that the that your cuticle is open and it's always ready to receive. So you always have to keep putting in the nutrients that your hair need. Okay? So yes, rice water is a protein treatment. It is a protein treatment. So for some people, your hair will feel really nice and smooth. That's because you probably have high porosity or in between high and low, so medium porosity. So your hair is receiving medium porosity. Please don't do it as often as people with high porosity because you can change the structure of your hair. Okay? But rice water is a protein and low porosity, please stay away from it not regularly. Medium porosity, also don't do it as regular. High porosity, you still don't need to use rice water on a regular basis. You don't need to leave it in your hair and go to sleep with it. Same thing with aloe vera, you don't need to do that. You need to add it in, treat your hair. If you are not using a hoodie dryer, then 30 minutes for the most on your hair, doing your walk around your house, doing your chores, whatever you're doing. 30 minutes for the most. Wash it out from your hair. Do not leave it in your hair. Okay? Low porosity is the same thing. It's a treatment. You wash it out from your hair. You do not leave aloe vera or rice water in your hair overnight. Go and sleep with it, wake up, have it in as a leave-in treatment. You do not need to do that because it's a high source of protein that will over process your hair. And yes, you can over process your hair with treatment. It doesn't mean you over process your hair only with a chemical. You can over process your hair with a treatment. Okay, so we covered rice water, we covered aloe vera, and we covered grease. Now as I said, hair grease is to be used only on the shaft of your hair and not in your scalp. You don't want to block nothing. Okay? The reason why I'm saying not in your scalp, if you ever did any chemical service ever in your life, you will notice if you are going to do a relaxer, for example, your scalp will be based with a petroleum based grease that will protect your scalp from the relaxer. So basically, you are blocking your scalp from any relaxer enter in. So that's the same thing you are doing when you put grease on your scalp. You're basically blocking it so it cannot breathe. And your follicles need to breathe so that you could have real natural hair growth. So just put the grease on your ends just for length retention, okay? And of course, thank you so much for stopping by. And as usual, we always wish you an amazing day. We always want you to stay safe, stay blessed, stay positive. One love, have an amazing day. And we will see you in another episode. And please do not forget to press that subscribe button. Don't forget to press that button and the bell notification so that you'll be notified every time we post a video. And follow us on all the social media platforms that you are seeing showing up on your screen now, like here, here, and here, and here. Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Have an amazing one.